A California Superior Court judge issued a decision this morning striking down teacher tenure, seniority-based job protection. It's being considered a groundbreaking case for education equality. And joining us now to talk more about what this might mean here in New York is our political analyst, New York Post state editor, Fred Dicker. And Fred, this must be reverberating here in the Empire State, where making changes in the education system has been so difficult to do.
Liz, you're absolutely right. We've seen two statements so far from pro-charter school groups, and charter schools generally don't have unionized teachers, praising this ruling. It was treated as a major bulletin across the country. It's a trial-level court decision, so it's sure to be appealed. But as you said, it's being closely watched, and the implications here are tremendous. I mean, the teachers' unions in New York State are the most powerful, or amongst the most powerful unions there are, and the issue of tenure is very, very dicey. I mean, we know that many school systems are failing, whether it's Albany or Rochester, Buffalo. There's some dismal graduation rates, and administrators are really handicapped when it comes to replacing teachers. Out in California, the system was challenged, interestingly enough, on racial grounds, or in part. The argument was that the tenure system, not allowing the removal of teachers or replacement of teachers, was having a disproportionate impact on minority kids in particular. The judge out there ruled that, just to quote it, the evidence is compelling. Indeed, it shocks the conscience that minority kids are being harmed by the tenure system. It's pretty ironic. 60 years ago to the year, there was the famous Supreme Court decision, Brown versus the Topeka Board of Education, which threw out racial segregation in schools, saying separate is not equal. And now we have a battle going on now over this tenure issue, which does pit the teachers' unions, obviously, against one of their closest allies, or two of them, the Democratic Party, and African-American voters who vote overwhelmingly Democratic but are obviously increasingly concerned about the school system. So here in New York, it has great implications if it's ultimately upheld. For sure, we're going to see similar suits brought here.
Yeah, I wonder if in the meantime, as this thing continues to play out west, whether teachers' unions here would in any way try to shore up their defenses in anticipation of something like that.
Well, I think they absolutely will. I mean, they own the Democratic Party in New York. There's no question about it. I mean, Liz, do you have tenure in your job? Somehow I don't think so. I don't have tenure in my job. But these teachers, really, no matter what the outcome is in the schools, almost no matter how bad they are, have lifetime guarantees. And for the first time in the last few years, really because of the charter school movement, that's being seriously challenged.
All right, we'll see what happens next, and sure. I know you'll be following it for us. Thank you, Fred. And you'll want to remember that Fred is also on the radio. He's live from the state capitol weekday mornings. It's 10 to 11 on Talk 1300 AM.